estate
Thank
like
you.
that, you think it's where you are living?
Sorry?
When you see estate, you think it's where you are living? Just say.
Thank you for staying with us. Now we have FBNQuest here with us again today. And as the year comes to an end, many people reflect on their accomplishments, aspirations, and goals for the coming. Well, sometimes they wait till January 1 before they do that. But they're looking back and say, okay, what did I achieve this year that is coming to an end? And how would I like to improve on it for the next year? One critical area often overlooked is estate planning. And like he said, not the estate in which you live. You know, you're thinking about, okay, I'm not going to be here forever. What do I want to happen to that my little handbag and that my little car out there?
The one you got where?
You know. Well, today the FBNQuest trustees people are here again to tell us why now is the best time to secure your legacy with a well-structured estate plan for the new year. Please welcome Mr. Rotimi Obembe, Head Private Trust, FBN Trustees.
Thank
Good
you very
morning
much.
again.
Good morning.
Are we going to be seeing you every month now?
We should. Until the quest is done.
And he's come along with the private trust specialist, Ms. Mutiat Olatunji. Good morning.
Good morning, Ma. Good morning, sir.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Why is the end of the year a crucial time for us to be looking at, I'm going to die, I'm going to die?
So, estate planning is not all about I'm going to die.
It's part of it.
No. Okay, it's the end game.
It is the end game, yes.
But it's more about what you do when you are alive. So it's you now taking an active step or taking certain actions. Let me say, when people hear estate planning, like he said, they want to start to think about their estate where they live. It is just another form of inheritance planning. How do I plan for the assets that I've received? You know that a lot of people enjoy today because their parents did something for them back on, and they are basically living on those legacies. So it's legacy planning. Now the question is...
Some of my friends don't have to work at all because their fathers have done work for them.
For them, yeah.
So they drive the latest cars,
Correct.
They live in the nicest houses without lifting a finger.
And so that's what we are saying. Because their parents did that, we're encouraging the children, and even those parents that have not thought about it, to do something. And it's important that they do it now. Now, this is the end of the year. Many of us, whether you go to church or you go to mosque, what you are doing is you're basically trying to have a New Year resolution. You have looked at the year and you're then asking yourself, what do I want to do in 2025? Many of us, I would say this, there's a statistics that says that in America, 40% of people make New Year resolutions. I think in Nigeria it's higher. So I would just say maybe about 60 to 70%. And what do? We have goals for our children, we have for their school, we have goals for our health. Some of us want to have medical tests done in the new year. And we have goals around, some of us want to change job, not Michelle. We want to change jobs and then look for other jobs. But what we don't seem to do, and you said it, is think about our legacies, think about our assets. Many of us don't have an asset inventory. The properties we bought 5-10 years ago, some of us don't even know where they are. And so that's why it's important, that's why it's crucial to think estate planning.
All right, so thank you.
Miss Adetunji, why are you looking at me from the side of your eyes?
Because from what Rotimi has said, that imagine that you say, oh, that you've not had so much that you want to now give or plan a legacy, and then most people would think, Rotimi is talking planning legacy or leaving something behind. Do I even have enough for myself, not to talk of leaving something behind. But what we've come to realize is that when you sit down and take a conscious effort and draw up your assets inventory, you'll be surprised at the number of things you own. What is pricey to you might not be pricey to someone else, and what is not pricey to you might be pricey to someone else. It might even just be a piece of jewelry that's gone from one generation to the other that you want to retain in the family, and you want it to keep passing on. If you don't have something documented for it, nobody's going to know what your intentions are. And it might even be that you want to start that legacy. You have a pricey item. You have something you want to do. It might even be an endowment. You've thought about it over the years that you want to give back to the society. You want to give back to your alma mater. But it just keeps roving around your head. But you can set up something today. So it's just beyond dying, like Rotimi has said. It might be that you want to set up an endowment. It might be that it's the end of the year and you want to actively start giving back to the society at the end of every year. You might set up something for that. That is part of estate planning.
Well, there are some people who are sold on that. You will tell us where to go and get more information later. But for those who are wondering, okay, what do I do now? What steps can people take right now to ensure they are starting the new year on the right footing when it comes to estate planning?
The first thing is for you to take an asset inventory, then determine what you want to do with those assets. Now, one crucial thing that people don't pay attention to end of the year, beginning of the new year, is their medical and financial incapacity. What happens or what would become of you if tomorrow you are medically incapacitated? So people don't want to think of that because it's the end of the year and everybody just wants to enjoy and hope to make it to the next year. Amen. But there are other things you can think about, and those things should propel your mind to start thinking, what assets do you have? How do you want to enjoy the assets during your lifetime? Because that's the most important thing. How do you want to pass it to other people? Then if for any reason you get medically or financially incapacitated, how do you want things to play out? Because God forbid you have a medical emergency, you have the funds in the bank, but you can't sign your check, you can't do that transfer, but you need the money urgently. What happens? So that is a combination of financial incapacity and medical incapacity all in one. So we need to actively think about all these things because we see it play out on a daily basis and have something written and documented with respect to it.
Now, Mr. Bibi, there are those who are wondering, okay, because I know we don't have so much time with you, and this conversation, especially whenever you are seated here, gets so interesting. You want to keep going and going on and on. So maybe you want to share examples, first of all, so that people can have, the right perspectives of how procrastinating estate planning has caused issues for families.
Okay, so I know of some people, January, February this year, when you had those conversations with them, and they will tell you that they will do it, they never get it done. Now imagine worst case scenario, I've lost a couple of friends or clients this year, and the first thing that happens is the fact that the surviving spouse is not able to pay school fees. Why? Because there was no plan in place for the children. Not because they don't have money in the bank. They have money in the bank, they have assets, they have properties. But because they are not able to gain access to them, then nothing is done. So for that period where they then try and get a letter of administration because they would need the monies in the bank, it can take 9 months, it can take 12 months. What then happens to their lifestyle? So they are not able to pay education. They are not even able to even go on holidays or go on vacations because their life is at a pause. They've stopped. Everything basically have stopped. In some instances, people have started to render help to them, all this urgent 2K. Not because they don't have money, but because they are not able to access what they have because there was no plan in place. And the reason why there was no plan in place was because they were procrastinating. I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah. I'll do it tomorrow. There are some people listening to us now that you see our numbers there, you say, I'll call him. I'll call tomorrow. 1 year later, they are still, I will call him. Yes. So those are procrastinating. Those are people that are procrastinating. But it's then important conscious effort. We keep saying, and we've seen it play many times. And I have this colleague of mine, when he was growing up, his daddy would take him to some area in Lagos and say, that's my land, that's my land, that's my land. When he passed on, then he was about 10 years. He passed on when he got to 18, 19, 20. Going back to those locations became a problem because Lagos had changed.
Yes.
Lagos had changed from what it was 10 years ago. So who do you want to be able to keep inventory of all of these things? You will lose assets, you will lose properties, you lose cash in the bank when your family members are not able to gain assets, and all of this is as a result of procrastination.
So how does FBNQuest help with this?
Okay, so first, we keep telling you this is a platform where we encourage people. I keep saying that for the percentage of clients that we have written either wills or created trust for, we've not lost 2% of them. That's significant. So people fear. First thing is that you need to kill that fear. The same way you are planning for 2025 on other areas, you need to plan estate planning. So how do we help? Call us. Let's understand your mindset. Let's understand your thoughts. Many of us have created companies, whether they are shell companies or real companies, who are the beneficiaries? Our children. Your child is a minor. If anything happens to you, that child cannot sit on any board. Some of us have, sorry to say, feed forms where our assets are stored, and you have named your spouse or your children as your next of kin. It's a concept we keep saying. Nothing is going to happen. So reach out to us. Let's have a conversation. Let's speak. Let's see how we can better understand you and what your needs are, and we can then provide you with tailored solutions.
Okay. Ms. Olatunji, from what he just said, sometimes the whole thing gets overwhelming. Okay, like he said, we see your number, and we keep saying we'll call tomorrow, and we never get round to it. So how can you put this thing into simple steps for us to follow so that we do get off our behinds and do what we have to do in good time?
Okay, so I think the best way to ensure that you have an estate plan is to see it as part of your financial plan. So don't see estate planning as a standalone. The way you make plans and say, oh, 2025, I want to make X amount of money. I want to invest X amount of money. As you're making that money, you also now need to consciously think of, how am I going to enjoy that money for myself? And how will I secure it for my loved ones? When you have that dual mentality, it makes it, number one, it makes it easier. And that way you're not thinking of debts. You're just thinking of safety. You're thinking of preservation, and you're also thinking of enjoying it by yourself during your lifetime. So once you're setting your financial goals for 2025, you also need to tie in estate planning to it. So the moment you're thinking of that investment, that house that you want to buy, just reach out to FBNQuest Trustees and say, I want to buy this house. Rather than buying it in my name, I write to buy it in the name of the trust. So that way it is settled. You've used one stone to kill two birds, because you've checked a list on your 2025 goal. You've bought a house, but you've also secured it by purchasing the house, not in your personal name, but in the name of the trust. So when people think finance for 2025, they should also think estate planning. And when you speak to us at FBNQuest Trustees, there's a way we can help you seamlessly merge and manage the entire process from start to finish.
I bought the property in the name of a trust. So I bought the property as an asset. So when whoever takes the place wants to pay, to which account are they going to pay the rent?
So because it is a trust asset, the rental income comes into the trust. However, you are the alpha and omega of your trust. So if the rental income comes in today, you can give instruction on how you want it distributed.
So it comes into FBNQuest?
Yes, and then you give instructions.
Into your account with FBNQuest.
Into my account with FBNQuest.
Yes, because you have a trust account, and when you are giving tenants or when you're dealing with tenants, you will provide an account number to the tenants, and they will pay into that account number, which is your account with us at FBNQuest Trustees.
Mr. Bembe, do you know that every time you have come here, we have never discussed what FBN will charge you for all all this service? Because certainly it's not going to be 100,000. It's not
your
going to be
contribution to society.
Yeah. So there are a number of things that we do in terms of contribution to the society. One of the things we do is to say we have our standard fee scale. And if, for example, somebody comes, so I'll say, for example, if I'm going to charge any working client into our office, let's say for the sake of this conversation, ₦1 million. If you tell me that I listen to you on channels and based on that conversation that we have on channels, I want to set up an estate plan. Because of that, we can then give you a discounted value of, let's say, 75% or even 50%. So these
what does that mean in simple English?
In simple English, it means that instead of me charging you 1 million, I'll charge you 250,000 naira to help you
Too good to be true.
An estate plan. Now, that's a contribution. Now, there are also instances where we then give to the society. So, for example, it's end of the year. Schools are having special programs, and we are donating actively in support of those schools. There are different alumni, for example, that are looking at how they can better structure their associations such that in future it runs seamlessly. We can come in, help them set up an alumni trust at no cost. Setup cost 0, but there's an annual cost, which is based on the income that the trust earns. So there are a number of ways that we do provide to the society.
Do you send Christmas hampers to your clients?
Oh yes, we send that.
You say rampas because
no. So it depends on who you are gifting an hamper to. Yes, so we clearly send hampers to our clients.
Well, clearly you will not be getting hampers or rampas or whatever. But I'm going to ask you this question now. For those who are looking ahead to 2025, I mean, you've spoke about it the other time. What are the key considerations that you think they should keep in mind to create a sustainable and a clear estate plan?
Okay, so the most important thing, which is the first, is the object. What are your intentions? Some people say that I just want to. I've sat down with a client before and said, you know what, my father did not leave anything for me, so I'm not going to leave anything for my kids. I just want to structure something that would benefit me, and whatever is left when I'm gone, they can just share one off. And some other clients will say, I want generations to come to know that grandpa or great-grandpa left something for them. So the objective and what you intend to achieve is the most important thing you need to consider, be it generational wealth transfer, be it business succession planning, be it charity, be it so anything at all. The objective is the most important thing. Now, the object is what now drives every other structure that we'll put in place at FBNQuest Trustees. Because if you come to us and say you want to set up a generational wealth transfer kind of scheme, we now sit down and do something tailored made to fit your objective. So all you need to tell us is your vision and your mission, and then we crystallize it into something great, even beyond what you can imagine. Because we have clients that have set up trust and even wills that are going across generation, and they set clear parameters for admitting beneficiaries. So if you are born into the family, these are the things you have to do. This is the extent that you enjoy from the trust. Some say that when every person in the family is getting married, the trust sponsors the wedding. And there are so many things like that. There are also incentive. Clients will say to you that if my child or my grandchildren finish with a particular grade in school, they get a gift from the trust. So your objective drives what structure we'll put in place for you at FBNQuest Trustees. So what we just need everybody listening to us today is to sit down, come up with clear objectives. What do you intend to achieve with your estate plan? And then just reach out to us at FBNQuest Trustees.
Is there a minimum to the investment? Okay, this because he talked about ₦1 million. As if you can just pick it by Pecha bus stop. Is there a minimum that people can invest?
So we will say that there's no minimum. Again, your objective matters.
Actually, but
I have a client that started with as low as 50,000 naira, and she was consistent on a monthly basis. And our goal was, I want my kids to school abroad. And today, our trust is worth over 50 million naira. So what she did was that as her earning capacity increased, she kept inflowing more. So she just kept setting something aside. She was very consistent, and she's still building it. So you can start small, and before you know it, and with your return on investment and all, your trust is going to go beyond your imagination.
Okay. What number do people call Which website did they go to? etc, etc.
Okay, so in terms of number to call, it's 08054 000299. Let me take it again, 08054 000299. You can visit us at FBNQuest.com on all social media platforms at FBNQuest. But let me close with this. I know we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Many of us wear our seatbelts after an accident has occurred. Many of us start to
Not
think
anymore.
estate planning, unless if the road safety stops. And that's what we are trying to say to you. Let's be the road safety that encourages you to put a plan in place. Do not wait until a disaster occurs.
And the website is legacyseries.fbnquest.com. legacyseries.fbnquest.com. Is there any other thing you'd like to leave with us?
No, they have left their numbers. Let's go.
Okay, thank you very much. We wish you all the best. Well, I am expecting my Christmas hamper.
Okay.
And like pass, because it's just not just hand. Just saying.
I'll
Thank you.
I'll speak with your relationship manager.
Thank you very much,
My
Mr.
relationship
Rotimi Obebe, Head Private Trust, FBNQuest Trustees, and Ms. Mutiat Olatunji, Private Trust Specialist over at FBNQuest. Thank you very much for coming.
having us.
Thank you. The pleasure is ours.
Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, same to you, ma.
Sunrise will return with the lifestyle segment in just a moment. Do stay with us.
Nwaanyị dị mana nwere nwaanyị ka ibe ya enelebe eje ọrụ ofe anya ji isi ụgwọ nwa ọma eji eje mba ọ dị be eze nwa m ede m ụkọ anya foro onụbọchị bọs na abịrịba nwa na-ekene m ga-ekene m ga-ekene m ga-ekene m ọ ya adị
You're my melody, my sweet baby, the one where they make my heart go jim and shake body. See, I promise you, you go chop money. The love way you give me so, and I don't really. The queen will own my heart, the crown upon my head, the essence of my life. Oh, you know me more. The queen will own my heart, the crown upon my head, the essence of my life. Oh, you know me more. Achalugo wa mama, obi mo, unye mo, unafugo, suku agozi gomo. See how she smooth like silk, your voice like milk. Heaven lost an angel when you came to me. You're so amazing, baby. I have to say it twice. This love you give me so, and I don't really. The queen will own my heart, the crown upon my head, the essence of my life. Oh, you know me more. The queen will own my heart, the crown upon my head, the essence of my life. Oh, you know me more. Achalugo wa mama, obi mo, unye mo, unafugo, suku agozi gomo.
Ogene, achalugo nwaanyị ọma m, ada na-eri ukwu anụ, asa nwa m, ọmalịcha nwa m, nwa ọma yiri igolo. Ugegbe m, nwaanyị ọma amụrụ amụ, ugo nwaanyị m, ugo eze,
My
bidi ya,
skin.
So what's all this?
I'm just showing.
Well, I've seen better skin than this. So what exactly are you showing off?
Ouch.
I guess he's showing off that he wants to improve on it.
Well, you are hearing the voice already. Well, let's just go into the conversation.
Oh,
what are the habits?
Improve it. Okay.
What?
That's why you're here.
Yes.
You will tell him how to do that.
We understand that the skin, your skin, covers an average of 1.5 to 2 square meters. And we also hear that it's the largest organ of the human body. On and on and on, all those. But the challenge we are looking at today is, what are the habits that you have been executing on a daily basis
which
to
affect your skin
positively or negatively? Dr. Mobolaji Savage is here. She's an anti-aging and aesthetic doctor. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me over.
Anti-aging?
Yes, anti-aging doctor.
Okay.
So I take years off your age.
But not off the bone.
Well, to be honest, you can only go as far. However, of course, science has actually evolved in recent times. So one is able to go beyond just taking care of the outer appearance. One can actually influence how the human looks, even from within, pretty much. So they call it longevity medicine, which is pretty much a part of my